Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a pretty easy little New Year's Eve look. Today is New Year's Eve and I know a lot of people are probably going to be going out. So I figured I would do this look so that you guys have something to kind of look at. Maybe you want to do it, maybe you want to improvise, or maybe you just kind of want to get a general idea of something to do. So I have a couple products that I'm using for the first time in this, and then I do have some favorites in here so that I know what I'm working with. But I'm really excited to do this look. Also, if you are new here and you're not subscribed to my channel, just go ahead, hit subscribe right there, down, yep, right there, hit that button. And then go ahead and like this video and leave a comment down below. Let me know what are your New Year's plans and what are your resolutions for 2020. I'm really excited to go into this New Year's with you guys, and I have a lot of goals in mind. So let's go ahead and get started, guys.
I gave you my heart.
Alright, so I went ahead and put my hair back because I don't want it to be in my face for doing the look, obviously. Especially because I am going to be working with a pretty good amount of cream products today. But as always, I'm going to be starting with my brows for you guys. So I'm going in with two brow products today. I'm using the Colourpop Brow Boss Pencil in the shade Dark Brown, and then the Brow Boss Gel in the shade Dark Brown. You guys know I always start with my brows when I do my looks. It makes things a little bit easier, especially since I start with my eyes before I do my face. So we're just going to go in, fill in brows as usual. So now I've got them filled in and brushed out. So I'm just going to apply some brow gel and make sure that they are set in place. And we're going to go ahead and clean up the brows. So I'm going to go off camera and do that, and I'll be right back and we'll get started with the eye look. Alright guys, so I did go ahead and carve out my brows. I did prime my eyelids and I laid down tape so that way I have a very nice clean edge. Now you guys are probably going to see that I'm like super careful over here in the corner of my eye. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw that I burnt the shit out of my eye because I did a dumb thing and I heated up my eyelash curler too hot and I burnt my eye. So it really, really hurts. But yeah, I did something stupid. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the eye look, and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. So for today's look, I'm going to be testing out the new 39L Hit the Lights palette. This is from Morphe. It was curated by Morphe and 4 creators. My husband did get this for me for Christmas, and I'm really excited about it because one of my favorite creators did help with the making of this palette. So I will go ahead and show you guys the palette, and it's broken up into 5 different sections, 4 sections from each curator, and then 1 which I'm assuming was done by all of them. So this is the palette right here. So you see you've got like your neutrals, some reds and plums, and then you've got like your color and everything. And then you've got this center row, which is going to be all shimmers of different shades. So you've got 4 sections up top, or you got 4 main sections. So these 8 shades are under the name Code Red, and this is done by Bianca Loves Makeup 91. This section over here is Smoke Show by @XTHUYLE. I don't want to butcher that, but I'll put it down here. This section of 8 was done by Kaylee MUA, and this is under Hella Graphic. And then this section over here is going to be After Party by @VicMRam. And again, I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. But this middle row, I'm assuming, was done by all of them. So it's a really, really pretty palette, and I'm excited to play around in it. So I want to go ahead and start with a pretty neutral base. So I'm going to use my Farrah 30, oh, this actually has a name on it. This is the 35E brush. So it's just this right here. And I'm going to go into the shade My Type, which is a beige-ish like beige tan color, and I'm going to blend it just right up top. And this is just to get it started and make it a lot easier to actually blend out the shadows, so I don't have any harsh lines or harsh transition. So I want to try to do something that's like really simple but also a nice sexy look, something that you could wear not only for New Year's but also just for general wear, but this is going to be directed towards New Year's Eve, so I'm just gonna be a little careful with it. But what are your guys' plans and goals for 2020? Do you have any that you want to reach? I know I have tons of goals that I want to reach this year. My first goal is to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which, you know, you guys can help me out with today by just hitting that little subscribe button down below. Share this video with your friends, share my channel. I have so much growth that I want to do with you guys, and I have so much planned as well. And honestly, like, doing YouTube is something that I've been wanting to do for such a long time, but I was always so scared to do because I'm awkward. You know, no surprise, but I'm awkward, and putting myself out there on social media has always been something that was a little bit harder to do. But I've gotten more and more comfortable with YouTube the more videos that I do. And I mean, you guys can see if you go back and look at older videos, like I didn't talk very much. I didn't really do anything. I kind of just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Da, 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 da. But now I'm getting more involved, and like, let's talk about my hair for just a second. So I've still got my nice vibrant red up top, and then my ends are fading to like a like gingery yellowish orange red. And I'm debating on touching it up or just letting it do its thing. I haven't really decided yet. I think I might just, I don't know. I haven't decided. What do you guys think? Tell me down below. Should I touch it up or should I just let it kind of fade out and then touch it up? Red is a really hard color to use in your hair. It fades out probably faster than any other ones. But I love having red hair, so I wouldn't change it for anything. Now I'm going to take, I want a little bit of a more compact brush. Not that one though. We're gonna use this one actually. So I'm using the Morphe M562, which looks just like this. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of a darker brown first. So I'm gonna go into the shade Hookup from the Smoke Show selection. And I'm just going to tap it right onto the top of the brush like that. Now this one, I want to focus it in the crease in the outer corner. So we're just going to, all right, so we're going in with very short strokes to do this. And we're just going to set that baseline first. And what we're doing right now is we really want to define the crease that we want and make it easier to go in and do the lid in a little bit. So all I'm doing right now is just using this shade to define my crease. And I am actually taking this directly into my natural crease at the beginning, but then I'm going up farther towards the end. So just go in and do that. If you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have this problem, you can just work in your natural crease. But if you do have hooded eyes, just go a little bit above it. I like to typically start in the crease itself at the top and then work up. So that's what I'm just doing here. And we're also going to clean this up, so it's okay if you make a little bit of a mess on the lid itself. And I'm not bringing this out here because I don't want this shade out there at all. I literally only want this in that crease. So now what I want to do is I want to go in with a little bit of a more dense brush. Let me see. I think I want to go with this one. I'm probably going to go with this one. This is going to be the Morphe M507, which looks just like this. And I'm going into the shade Makeout Sesh. I love the names of these palettes, or the shades in this palette as well. They're so cute and like, they're just, I really like them. So now I'm going to take the shade Makeout Sesh, and this is going to stay out here in the outer corner. All I'm doing is just tapping it. Just like this. And like this part of my eye hurts so bad right here. Oh my god. Bad freaking idea. Oh shit, that hurts a lot. Okay. So we're just going like this. And I'm really making sure that I get that color and get the most payoff from it here as well. And now I'm just gonna kind of bring it out a little bit to where it's creating its own wing. So we're going just like this. And then do not take this color any higher than the crease line that you've defined, and make sure that you're pulling it out just like that. It should look really snatched and just fade together when you get to this outer corner. And then don't take this any farther than, I wouldn't really do any more than a quarter of the way into your eye, because you want to leave this lid space for the next shade. So on that side, I'm going to leave it just like that. And now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing and start pressing it down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 00. And I'm going to use this to cut the crease on this inner corner and bring it to that line. Okay, so now that we have the half cut crease done, we're going to take another packer brush. And I'm going to use this one from ABH. It's one of the brushes that comes in the palette where it's double-sided, so like half of it is packer brush and then half of it's a fluffy brush. And then I'm gonna go into the shade, first I'm gonna go in with the shade Glitz On, and this is gonna be the darker one. So I'm gonna take this, and this is going to be focused towards the middle of it. Ooh, that's pretty. So we've got the eye makeup done for right this second. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the face. So when you think New Year's, typically you think of like really glowy makeup. So I kind of want to do something that's going to be a little bit more glowy and dewy versus something matte. So to get started with that, I'm going in with the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil, which comes in this really pretty baby pink packaging, and then that is the top of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some, put it right onto my fingers, and we're going to massage it into the face. When I use face oils, I like starting on the center portion of my face and moving outwards. So I like really getting it onto my cheeks and like all of the high points of my face, and then kind of spanning out from there. So my cheeks, my forehead, lip, I'm just going like this. I am still going to be using a pore filling primer because your girl got pores for days. So I'm using my Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is just a little mini one. And I actually do really like this one. I've used quite a bit. So I'm just going to scrape some on my finger. You really only have to use a tiny little bit of this because a little bit does go a very long way. So I've got some on my finger, and then just going to rub it together and press and roll. And I really only focus pore filling primers on my nose, the center of my forehead, and my cheeks. And I did moisturize before sitting down to film, so my face is still extremely hydrated, so I have no problems there. Whenever I use something like this, I always wipe my hands in between switching products because my hands get really slippery and I don't like it. So that's wiped off. We're gonna go ahead and do some foundation now. So for foundation today, we are using the Tarte Foundcealer. Get my sponge. So we're gonna go in with the Tarte Foundcealer, which looks just like this. And it's got a cute little pump up at the top that when you turn it, it locks into place. And this also shows you like how much product you have left. This is gonna be in the shade 22N Light Neutral. And to apply this, I'm going in with a beauty sponge. So I put about 2.5 pumps on it. I need to clean my sponges. I plan on doing that today. I hope. So I'm just gonna, oops, that was a lot. All right. I'm just gonna start by dabbing it onto my face and I'm gonna blend it out. And this is actually pretty glowy. And it has a really nice finish to it as well. I really like this foundation. Occasionally I do have to use a little bit more than what I put on here to begin with, but that's okay. It doesn't really bother me. I don't know, I really want to do a your assumptions about me video. That's actually something that, like, I've wanted to do for such a long time, but like I felt like nobody would leave there any assumptions. So, you know, just leave some assumptions about me down at the bottom. I really want to turn this and use it as an assumptions video, so like you guys can leave some down below and let's see like if your assumptions about me are correct, if they're incorrect, you know. I think it would be very interesting to do. I also want to do like a Q&A, so you guys can also leave me some questions down below. And I'm going to bring this down my neck. This one is a little bit more yellow, but I lighten it out. So this one is actually more of my summer shade than my winter shade. Now I've got the foundation on and blended out. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Shape Tape in the shade Fair. And we're going to go ahead and conceal. And this is also going to help to lighten up the foundation a little bit, since it is a little bit darker than what I need it to be. So we're just going to use it to lighten up. Shape Tape covers literally everything. All of your demons, all of your bad attitude and your habits. It covers it. And that's why I use a lot. But also because I forget as to how much coverage this concealer really has. So we're going to start blending. I'm going to go ahead and set my face in place, and to do that I'm using the Coty Airspun. This is going to be in the shade Naturally Neutral. I used to love Airspun and I'd use it all the time, but now it's, I don't know, it's not really my favorite. It does create some flashback, but it's not horrible. Well, I mean, it's a bad flashback, but it's not a horrible powder. It's a really good powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and shake some in the cap. If it'll come out. Oh, okay. I'm going to shake some into the cap and then start setting my face. And I am actually going to start out by using the little powder puff that's in here. And I hate using powder puffs, but you got to do what you got to do. So. And take a quick break from that really quick. I do want to brighten my under eye. I'm going to use the Too Faced No Filter Selfie Powder. And I'm going to be using the lavender shade right here, which is Moon River. And I'm going to go in with a brush just like this. And I'm going to tap into the powder, and I want to get a pretty decent amount of it on the brush. And the lavender is going to help with brightening. And it's also really good for cool lighting, so we're just going to do that. And you can see that, I mean, you may not be able to see it really well on camera, but in person, like, this already looks a lot brighter than it did. And it looks a lot brighter than it does on the other side. Contouring adds definition to the face and makes you look like you are not one flat piece of paper. And I always look like I am a flat piece of paper. See, I have cheekbones. They just don't always want to exist. Isn't it so interesting that, like, at the beginning of a makeup look, everything looks like shit. And then once you get to the end of it, it just ties itself together. And it doesn't look bad anymore. There's been so many times where like I've started a makeup look and was terrified to finish it because I thought it looked so bad. But once I get to the end of it, I'm like, there's a reason I didn't stop. There's a reason that I continued this. And it looks good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and contour my nose. Let's see. Just like that. Contouring and bronzing is honestly like best invention ever. Whoever decided that we needed to begin to contour, I applaud you. But also I need to set the area between my brows because that is not set at all. So now we're going to go ahead and bronze, and to do that I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm using the same brush, spin it around, starting up here again, and we're trying to keep the bronzer even higher up, and then lightly fade it inwards, because obviously like if you have bronzer all the way down to here, like that doesn't look natural. We want it to look as natural as possible, even though we're doing a full face of glam. So like honestly, when you're doing a full face of glam, there's no way to make it look natural, but you know, we're doing it. I promise guys, I am funny. I don't seem it, but I promise. And then the very last part of bronzing that we're doing is the nose, and we're very lightly doing it. And now I'm gonna go in and I am gonna bake just a little bit, but I don't want to do any crazy baking because I really don't need to right now. But I am gonna go ahead and just take my Morphe sponge into the Coty Airspun, and we're going to go ahead and chisel out the cheekbones. And when I bake, I try to do it to the corner of my mouth, and sometimes it doesn't work like that, so I have to go in and fix it. So we've got the eyes just like that. We're gonna bake for, I'm gonna say maybe like another minute or two. Since I have dry skin, I try not to bake for a really long time because it will dry me out some. But also if I just go in and use some setting spray, it's totally fine. So I'm gonna bake for about 2 minutes, and then I will be back and we will finish up the face. So the bake has set and we are good. So now we're gonna go ahead and dust it off so that we can get finished. So much better. And I know that once I put blush on too, it'll all be better. Or not blush. Once I set my face with some setting spray, it'll feel a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do some blush now. And I'm using the Ciate London Marbled Light and Halo. I really like this one, and I feel like it's a really good New Year's Eve or a New Year's blush because it's so glowy. And it provides just the right amount of pigment while giving you like, so look. You can see a little bit of glow here, but this just intensifies so much. And I really like this blush because it's not too much pigment, but it's not super sheer either. It's like literally the right amount of pigment. Now before I go in and do highlight or anything, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes. So I'm gonna take my lash curler, curl these babies up, and then we're gonna apply some lashes. We are nice and curled. So now I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I really like this one. It's got a really pretty finish to it when you actually apply the mascara. I think it makes my lashes look really nice. So I'm going to show you guys a side by side. First off, you can already see a difference on the sides, but let's bring you in. So this is no mascara with. So for highlight today, I am using the Ofra X Nikki Tutorials highlight in the shade Glow Goals, which is this really, really pretty champagne-y color. And I'm just going to take a Real Techniques brush. I don't know which one this is though. Oh, contour brush, and I'm just going to get a good amount of highlight on it, and then just look at how pretty that is, and like how glowy too. But yeah, like honestly guys, what are your goals for 2020? I really do want to know. Like, do you have goals? I have them, like I told you guys earlier, but like I'm genuinely curious as to what you guys want out of 2020. I know everybody says like new year, new me and all that, but like, do you have any goals of things that you personally want to accomplish more than anything? Like, I have so many different things that I want to do, and I have a lot that I really want to accomplish, but like I don't want to, there's some things that I just don't want to say publicly because like I don't want to ruin the chance of some things happening. There's so many things that I really want to do and so many things that I want to accomplish, and I really, like, I try really hard, and I'm gonna continue to try really hard to be able to do these things and just grow and succeed. And every year up until now, I just kind of push things off, or I was always like, oh, you know what, like I could do that next year, or I could do it later, and like I'm tired of doing that. I really don't want to do that. I don't want to have that mindset anymore. Like, I want to do things and get them done and get things situated and like make a better life for my husband and I. There's just a lot that I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead quickly and apply my lashes off camera, and we're gonna come back to do lips. So give me just a second. I'm going to be using the style Lilly, which looks just like this, by Nature Lashes, and I'm just gonna pop these on, come right back. We now have lashes, and they look really pretty. And I actually really like a nude lip with this. However, I don't want to do a nude lip because to me, when I think new year, bright, fun, 2020s, honestly, the 20s was probably like my favorite era. Appearances and everything else, and like one of my favorite books, one of my favorite movies was around the 20s, which The Great Gatsby, if you haven't read it, definitely do. Phenomenal book. The movie was amazing, both the old and the new one. Highly recommend. But we're gonna go ahead and do lip. For my lip liner, I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour lip liner in the shade Unicorn Blood. I want to go with a darker red, especially for the outer perimeter of my lips. So we're going to go ahead and line them up real quick, and then we're going to apply lipstick. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of plumper. And then for the lipstick, I'm using the Dose of Colors. This is the liquid lipstick in the shade Date Night. And I love these applicators. Like, these little components are also a lot of my favorite lipsticks come in these. So like the Jeffree Star ones, Sugar Pill, Wet n Wild. There's a lot of them that come in these components, and they're my favorite. This is such a gorgeous red shade too. That's a look. Alright guys, this is the finished 2020 New Year's Eve makeup look. I absolutely love this. I think it is so beautiful. This lipstick is stunning. Like, this whole thing is a look, and I really like it. I'm very proud of this. I've actually filmed this video twice, and the look I did yesterday I really hated. But this one looks really good. So The lashes are pretty big, so they do cover the eyeshadow itself. That's okay. I still really like it. Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I have so much planned for 2020, guys. You don't even know. I want to be able to provide you guys with the best possible content, and I want you to love what I do and want to come back and watch more of my videos, and I want you to want to watch me. So I really hope that you guys love the videos that I do. If you don't, comment some ideas down below of things that you would like to see from me. Like I said, soon I'm gonna have my filming setup redone and it'll look so much better, but please bear with me for now, guys. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do and all of the constant love and support that I get from you guys. So let's start 2020 off amazing, and let's have a great year, and let's grow together, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on, like this video, and leave me a comment, or 1 or 3 or 20, and tell me, what are your New Year's plans? What are your New Year's goals? What kind of videos do you guys want to see from me in 2020? I would love to have your input, and I love you guys so very much. And thank you for everything you do. Thank you for all of your constant love and support. Here's to 2019 and here's to 2020. Have a great day, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.
I gave you my heart.